What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Into the Wild podcast. I'm your host, Nadeem, alongside my co-host, Wasé Siddiqui. Two avid Bears fans. You can follow us at Into the Wild NFL on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And without further ado, let's get into the show. So today's show is centered around primarily the Bears. As you can see, we're missing a co-host today.
Or on the sky somewhere.
Probably doing this somewhere. So Adil's not with us today. So it's going to be a primarily Bears-centric show. On today's episode, we've got a breakdown of the 2025 Bears draft, along with our way too early names to watch, kind of like a big board for 2026.
Yep.
And a fun segment we're going to end off with our Mount Rushmore of Bears moments of our lifetimes. So without further ado, let's get into the news. Today, huge news out of Baltimore. Future Hall of Fame
Kicker.
first ballot, one of the greatest kickers of all time, Justin Tucker.
Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? He's not Vinatieri. Vinatieri's a...
He's up there with Vinatieri, I would say. Does he have a Super Bowl ring?
He does. He has one. Vinatieri has like 5.
Yeah.
And Vinatieri's not in the Hall of Fame.
Vinatieri is a better kicker.
Yeah.
No. Tucker's a better kicker.
Sure,
Vinatieri's more clutch.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Future Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So kudos to whoever picks him up. He had a terrible year this last year.
I think he's done, no?
You think he's done?
I think he's washed. He's like 38 years old or something like that.
It could be. So wouldn't be surprised if he gets picked up still. But
what, at a massage parlor or something?
All right. In other news, we've got the 2025 NFL draft. It was quite
a roller coaster.
Yeah. I mean, in our previous videos recapping night 1, we were kind of okay with what we got out of Colston Loveland being the number 10 pick.
I think that was an easy pill to swallow because he was such a good player.
Yeah.
Like, to me, he was the best tight end in the draft, and he was my number 9 player, and we got him at number 10.
Yeah.
So it made sense. After that, though, I was like, bro, what the hell are you guys doing?
So the Bears picked Luther Burden, who fell to their number 39 overall, which was surprising.
Surprising, but, he's a wide receiver, so it's always a sexy pick.
Yeah.
Wide receivers are always sexy picks.
But at the time, we kept thinking D-line, maybe corner, Will Johnson, Nick Scorton.
I think
we were pounding that table for Nick Scorton.
Yeah. Will Johnson was on the board so early. Wow.
And he eventually goes to the Cardinals, who had a home run of the draft with Walter Nolan and Will Johnson. And then after the Luther Burden pick, which we were okay with, it just spiraled.
Only because he's a wide receiver.
I mean, that was like, Ben Johnson's getting his guy, and it just completely spiraled out of control.
Yeah, the Trapillo pick caught me off guard. The Shamar Turner pick the position didn't catch me off guard.
Yeah.
But I just thought that the player caught me off guard. And to go for the
third best pick on that
defensive line.
Yeah. When you had Shamar Stewart and Nick Scorton. Nick Scorton was right.
Dude, Nick Scorton, I feel like he's going to be a great player. I think we both thought he was going to be a great player, like a blue chipper to us.
I mean, he was in my top 10.
Yeah, I know he was in my top 10. I think he was like my top 15. Yeah. But regardless, what an opportunity missed. And the Panthers, honestly, I was saying this the whole time. We got a bunch of picks from them from the Caleb Williams trade down. But they got the last laugh. They had a pretty solid draft too.
Yeah, they got Tet, they got Nick Scorton and Princely. They've rebuilt that defensive line with 2 nasty potential.
Right. And the value they got for Princely at 30, is he 75 or 70? Yeah. Was just insane value. So I'm so salty about that. I felt like we needed both defensive tackle and edge.
And then the idea that Poles just kept trading out of his picks, I didn't get it. Like, you weren't getting.
I think they were like, have our board. Yeah, I know. We got skipped out. The first trade with the Buffalo Bills, we should have gotten a 5th round pick per the trade value chart. And I kept saying that, and he got done by Brandon Beane. And then the second one in the 4th round, he should have gotten a 6th round pick, and he didn't. So, Honestly, I think it's just more so like they just wanted to trade back for the sake of trading back. Like they were like, "Oh, our guy's not there, and they'll be there, and like when we pick later on, so let's trade back." So it's one of those things where he got 70 cents on the dollar, and it felt like that he got that all night that whole weekend. Still upset about it. I think after the Trapillo pick, kind of went to hell from there because you're just like, okay, I know we understand. I understand we need offensive line help, but you're hoping we got like guard, or like a versatile guard that could play tackle, like a Jonas Savania.
Yeah.
That was like my guy. I really wanted him to get drafted for the Bears because he was perfect because he's played tackle at Arizona, and he's played guard, and he's probably better suited as a guard. And we didn't get him. So that's probably where they felt like they lost out on a good player because I know they brought him in for a 30 visit. Other than that, I mean, Trapillo being a 6'8", I don't want to say limited tackle, but like, was he like he just wasn't for me? I had him like down as a developmental tackle.
He didn't project well. He
Mm.
gave up a ton of sacks at the collegiate level. It just didn't make any sense to me. And then like the running backs were on the board. This is a deep running back class. Value at the running back position. The two places where going into the draft we kept talking about had the most value was the D line and the running back class.
Right.
And for whatever reason, maybe it's because the guy that they wanted was picked ahead of them. So like Travion Henderson got picked by the Patriots right before them. So they're like, let's trade out of it. Bashal Tootin got picked and then again traded out of that pick. It just blew my mind because Landon Jackson got picked with the 72 that they traded to Buffalo. Yeah. That's a great value pick at that point.
Yeah.
And then they just didn't do much with what they traded out of. Like they didn't get value back.
Yeah.
The Bills then with the 109 picked Deion Walker. Again,
a guy we all liked.
A guy that we all liked. Great size. Yeah. And it just didn't make any sense to me. Out of all this class, the depth at the running back position, you're going with a 7th rounder from Rutgers.
Which, I mean, he has good tape.
Sure.
But like he's at the end of the 7th round pick, and you're not going to be as excited about him. Like, right now, there's rumblings about us trying to trade for Kenneth Walker. Like, imagine had you like taken care of that with your own capital, you wouldn't have to give capital from next year to get a Kenneth Walker. Yeah, so he's off injured. Like, I don't know, it kind of sucks. Yeah, and then to get a guy like him, you're going to have to give up, like you said, like a 3 or a 4 at least, because he is a young, proficient starter in this league, probably a top 10 running back at this point. Well, let's not go too far. You don't think Kenneth Walker's top 10? Top 10? Top 10. You can't even stay healthy. Yeah, but when he's on, he's on. His burst and his pass catching ability. No, he's a great running back. I want him on the Bears. When we didn't get a running back, I was like, oh, we should get Kenneth Walker. But top 10? I think he's top 10. I think he's top like 10. On that precipice, yeah. I can name 10 better than right now. Name 10. This might be hard. Exactly. Saquon, hold on. Saquon, McCaffrey, Henry. Okay, 3. Gibbs. Yeah. Running backs can't be that bad right now. Bijan. It's not that we're just tired. That's what we're blanking right now. I swear to God, we know ball. Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs. Yeah. All right. Okay. Jonathan Taylor. Oh yeah. See, I'm tripping. Jonathan Taylor, right? What are you at? 8? We're at 8 right now. Okay. I can name 10 better than Kenneth Walker. I mean, you can. Technically, you're doing the name going right now. Who else? Joe Mixon. I'll take Joe Mixon. Come on, man, stop tripping. He was just injured this past year, but Joe Mixon is a much more valuable running back than Kenneth Walker. He's younger. Okay, fine. Let's say like he's like the outside looking in. Is Brees better than Kenneth Walker? Yes. Brees, yes. See, we're tripping. We forgot about Brees Hall. Devon A-Chain. Is he? He's more explosive. Yeah, he's faster. He can't. There's tackles like. There's a lot of like questionable guys. Kyron. Oh yeah, Kyron's been hella productive the past couple of years. Yeah, then it would be Kenneth Walker right after him. No. Yeah. But okay, well he's not top 10. He's on the precipice. If he's not 10, he's 11. I mean, Ashton Genty's in the league now. Amarian Ham's in the league now. All right, we have to. So like now he's like falling down. You know, what I'm saying is like he's not that good. He's good. He's just not that great. Anyways, he's not worth what polls would pay for him. And again, like I think that the biggest criticism that I have of polls so far
is his drafting. Like, he has not drafted, and it's not even like you're drafting a player that, like we're ignorant to.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen time and time again, there's players on the board that he just passes up that go on to have great NFL careers, and we knew going into that draft that player was
why
valuable.
draft that guy?
So why didn't you do it?
There's a few that I'm like willing to give him benefit of the doubt of. I don't give him the benefit of the doubt for the Bayless pick. I wanted Bernard Raymond so badly, and now Bernard Raymond's like a top 10 offensive tackle in the league, or left tackle.
And like Brock Bowers last year, we were talking about Brock Bowers.
Oh, I was all about trading out of Rome. I didn't want Rome like that.
There's so much, but
yeah, he's not savvy. He gets like really fixated on like the guy that he likes and that he wants, and that's it. Like, it's, I don't know, man. Maybe we need a new like scouting team.
Yeah.
They should hire me, honestly. I'm a freaking dog.
Moving on to the 2026 NFL draft. I am already so much more excited for this class than I was for this last year's. And I think, not being in the college football season, it's a great time. September rolls in, you get NFL, you get college football, you get baseball playoffs, you get so much going on at once. And there's a lot of names in this class. This is a very, very heavy, let's see what they do. There's a lot of potential.
Yeah,
there's not really production, but let's see what they do, right? So let's talk about kind of like a top 10 big board.
Top 10 big board?
We have...
Can we do like 5 at each position, or like 5 at money positions?
Sure, yeah. I mean,
there's a lot. There's so many.
I can't name 5 defensive backs, but like Caleb Downs is number 1, probably.
Caleb Downs, Dylan Thieneman, or whatever his name is, from now he's in Oregon, he played for Purdue. He was like on pace to be like a generational strong safety as well too. So Dylan Thieneman, Jermod McCoy from Tennessee, absolute dog. The biggest problem with him is that he tore his ACL in January, doing a private workout or whatever it was. But he was like on lock to be like a top 10 pick at cornerback, as a cornerback. Avion Terrell, AJ Terrell's little brother, plays just like him, possibly future All-Pro. And then let's see. I think it's a little dicey. I mean, this safety class is one of the strongest I've seen in quite some time.
Kilgore from South Carolina.
Oh, Jalen Kilgore, yeah.
And the 2 Bama guys, the Saab.
Keon Saab, solid.
And then
I don't know their first round picks or anything like that, but like those, like Dylan Thieneman, I don't think he will end up being one because he's a strong safety. But like, they're such good players.
Yeah.
Avion Terrell, Jermod McCoy, D'Angelo Ponce from IU. Dude, last year he had Jeremiah Smith on lock. Like, on lock. Like, whether it was in the nickel or outside, literally so good. So good. D'Angelo Ponce is the guy you're going to be hearing about in April next year. That's for sure. Outside of that, this is probably all, honest. Like, this is like the value of this draft is like premium positions. Like the center class, best in such a long time. We've had such bad center classes the past 3 years. Not 3 years, I think 2023 was okay. But like the past 2 years has been so bad. And now we're going to have a first round center this draft. Jake Slaughter out of Florida. You got Connor Tolleson from out of Mizzou or Iowa. I forget. No, that's Logan Jones out of Iowa. I'm sorry. You got a guy that I've liked for the past 2 years, Bryce Foster, out of Kansas. He was playing at Texas A&M, then transferred to Kansas, and still doing pretty well. Connor Lew, like, it makes me so excited about like all the teams that are like coming, like that are formed for this year's NCAA playoffs, like the Big 12. OU stacked.
OU's in the SEC.
Yeah. ASU stacked. Iowa State, surprisingly, like no one talks about Iowa State. Like Rocco Beck stacked.
I'm not sold on, and we can get into this later, but Sam Leavitt he seems like such a college quarterback to me. Like, he escapes, he uses his legs, he's not that accurate throwing down the field. He kind of doesn't stick on one. He's throughout the last year that I saw him, he was constantly throwing off his back foot. He was just throwing floaters up.
Sam was a redshirt freshman, right? He's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
Dude, that was him as a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen better redshirt freshmen.
Johnny Manziel, yeah, but I'm talking about like actual guys that can possibly develop. Was Caleb a redshirt freshman, or was he a freshman?
True freshman.
Yeah, Caleb was different. Caleb was built different, man.
Yeah.
So like Sam Leavitt, I don't sleep on him. He's solid.
So let's go to overall players. I feel like Caleb Downs is
right now
in contention for number 1 easily. Yeah. You have guys like Peter Woods, who I think is going to be
Jalen Carter level.
Yeah, like a generational DT.
Yeah. But then he falls off a cliff after that.
I like TJ Parker.
No, I mean like for defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Like this past class was better at defensive tackle.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, TJ Parker solid, Keldrick Falk solid,
Ruben Bain
solid.
Ruben Bain might be.
It's like we got a
Perkins.
Yeah, it's like we got a lot of like the same type of like power rushers, like
Yeah.
in Bain, TJ, and Keldrick, and who's the other guy that's like 6'3" and like 270? I'm forgetting his name, but there's another guy like that. There's so many names that I could like list off in terms of people. The thing is, like, they all have potential to be great. Like, obviously, this season's gonna like show how great they are, but like everyone has such a good team around them that I think we're gonna see like a great draft coming up.
And talking about the quarterbacks, I feel like there's a lot that can come off the board pretty early in this draft.
Oh yeah.
But again, it's all based on what they do this season, right? Because you could have a gigantic rise from like a Garrett Nussmeier or a Drew Aller,
Right.
who are projected to be like the number 1
and 2, right? Yeah.
Lenora Sellers is like the perfect prototypical body type. He looks like a cross between Cam Newton and
Lamar Jackson.
Richardson,
Oh yeah.
Lamar Jackson's legs and his instinct, but he has not shown the quarterbacking prowess that you would expect. But
also young.
And South Carolina last year lacked weapons, lacked a receiver, and I think their tight end was their best player, John Simon.
Yeah.
And then you have guys like Francisco Mendoza, Fernando Mendoza, he just transferred from UCLA to IU. He's got the skill set. He has great zip on the ball. He's able to read defenders and get through tight windows, but we haven't seen it. Like we've seen the tools and the traits are there for all these guys, and we've yet to see it actually come to fruition.
Right.
So let's rank these quarterbacks on where we think that we can go. So I think like we have I think Arch isn't going to declare.
He's not. He's 2027.
Jean Mateer, I think, is not going to declare either. I think
it's his last year of eligibility. No,
there's 2 more.
He has 2 more.
Junior.
Oh, but he's been in college for like 4 years now already. I think he redshirted maybe, and then he's played 3 years. But I think he should declare. I think because 2027 is going to be more stacked than this, and if he wants to go to the second round,
that's true. But he could have a meteor. He's also a guy that can a meteoric rise with what's around him. Oklahoma has not only brought in John Mateer, but brought in his own OC, Ben Arbuckle, from Washington State. And then we just saw what happened last year with Washington State quarterback who transferred, Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick. John Mateer is so interesting because there's so many different ways he could play out. He is almost like a better scrambling like Baker Mayfield to me.
Because he has a rushing ability. I was saying Mitch Trubisky.
Nah, I don't.
Hey man, Mitch was a solid 1-year wonder.
I don't think he was as clean in the pocket as Mitch is, but I think he's way better outside scrambling and throwing on the run. Right. His accuracy when he rolls right is insane.
Yeah,
and
he's solid.
He's going to be able to play with better receivers at OU. They still were able to maintain Deion Burks, and they lost a bunch of guys. What did they?
They got Jaden Ott.
They got Jaden Ott, and then.
Who's their running back that was a true freshman not true freshman, but he was a freshman last year. Something James or I have it, man.
I was thinking it was Sawchuk.
No. It's OU Taylor Tatum. There you go.
Oh yeah, he's cool. He's fast.
Yeah,
he's small though.
He's small, but he's good though.
Yeah. And then we still have Jaden Gibson.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
And then your transfer portal. The transfer portal was solid this year. And then like the recruiting class last year, Grayson Halton, Jaden Jackson, I think is what his name is. Like, so like OU's on the come up right now. Like the Big 12 is going to be actually a pretty damn good conference.
OU's in the SEC.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I literally just looked at it today. It's a Big 12.
No, we're in the SEC.
When did this happen?
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
So I messed up. Yeah. Okay, so I got outdated information. Okay, if it's the SEC, you guys don't have a chance. But the Big 12 is solid, and the ACC is solid.
We destroyed Bama. We're talking about our down year.
We're talking about Bama like.
I mean, they were about to make the playoff.
Yeah, but only because of like. Anyways, it's not even part of this good. We're good.
So John Mateer could be up there.
Yeah.
He's a name I want to throw out because he could easily rise and have a great season and want to declare. But guys like Cade Klubnik, who is probably projected to be the 101.
Yeah. If he has a great year, which they should, because that's
their
roster stacked.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Drew Aller, he's probably the best shot to have the biggest rise.
Yeah.
Because between him and Nussmeier, who do you trust more? So you think you trust Nussmeier, really?
Yeah, he's a cleaner quarterback.
No
he's
way.
A much cleaner quarterback. He's like the prototypical, not like
he's a gunslinger.
But like his turnover worthy throws aren't like crazy. He protects the ball.
No, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, his big time throws are great. His if you compare his turnover worthy percentages to his big time throws, like he's in like the lower end of like not lower end. He's like on average or a little bit below average in terms of turnover worthy plays. But his big time throw plays are like tops. They're in the right quadrant of big time quarterback playing. And then he doesn't hold on to the ball. He gets rid of the ball. He's not taking a lot of sacks. He's probably the cleanest quarterback prospect right now.
No,
I promise you. Him, Cade. If I had to choose, and I'm going to give you my list right now, I'd go Noose, Cade, Drew, Eller. Who's the fourth?
Or Sellers.
Probably, yeah. Lenore's. I feel like he might stay though. Lenore Sellers, if that happens, yeah, I think he'd be fourth, and then Fernando Mendoza. Just because Mendoza takes so many effing sacks.
Yeah, but he also played with UCLA, and they don't have good anything around them, and he's going into a system that's the playoff.
But sack avoidance is like very different in terms of like just taking sacks. You're taking sacks because you have bad low line.
So you've got Noose. You said Klubnik, Aller, Sellers, and then Mendoza. That's interesting.
Yeah,
that is not at all my list.
There's like two other guys.
But is that based on projection or is that based on right now?
Like right now. I mean, I don't because you don't really know what's gonna happen, but like right now going into the season, yes, I think that those would be the top five. Lenore Sellers, man, because like there's so many prospects that I'm just like, I don't know. This might be like a loaded quarterback class. The next 3 years in terms of quarterbacks, we're fine. Like we have a ton of talent coming in, so I'm excited for that.
I think I have Lenoris as number one because I just think he's going to project that way. Like the fact that Anthony Richardson ended up being a top 5 pick and he showed something.
Yeah, it's possible.
There is, I think Aller, just the one thing I'm worried about with Penn State is they're going to feel that loss to Tyler Warren and their wide receivers aren't the best. But I think Aller could be there. Nussmeyer's going to have a great year. I already see it. Like Nick Anderson coming in is huge. That rapport, Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson, yeah, he's solid too.
He's great. Yeah. And then 4 or 5. I'm not big on Klubnik. I think he'll be like on the outside looking in.
Wow.
I do not like his game.
Dude, his wide receivers are so good.
Yeah,
all three of them.
Don't like his game.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then the big wild card to me, and I think Mendoza would be 5th for sure, but the big wild card to me is John Mateer because I feel like if John Mateer goes out and has a year that I think he's capable of, I think he is QB1. He could be QB1.
Whoa, that's crazy, dude.
Because I've seen in my school how many QB1s?
Sam Bradford,
Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen, and Caleb. And they all 4 of them went 1 overall. Jalen just
play with Lincoln Riley also. Not the same.
We'll see. Ben Arbuckle. I mean, Mateer had led the league in total touchdowns last year. He led the country in total touchdowns last year.
But playing at Washington State's not the same thing as playing in the SEC now. So now you're the big boy. So now you guys gotta see if you can play in the big leagues. But yeah, there's like even outside of like those 5, you still have like Sawyer Robertson from Baylor. You still have Rocco Beck from Iowa State. There's still so many players to like go through. I mean,
we still have Carson Beck. We totally forgot about Carson Beck.
I mean, forget about him.
I mean, he is completely under the radar. He could maybe with the pressure off of him, he could produce better.
He's just the queen of this draft. This upcoming draft. The guy that you're just hoping that he takes.
I also under the radar really like DJ Lagway. I think he showed a lot in limited amount before he got injured at Florida.
Yeah, he was a true freshman last year.
Yeah.
So we got 2027
show off. Yeah. And then of course Nico. I worry about Nico because I just don't think he's gonna have as good of a year as he could have had if he stayed with Tennessee.
Yeah, he messed up.
I think he messed
up on that one. Yeah, because UCLA is not the spot you want to go. So for me, that's why I think that Nico shouldn't even stay. Should stay in college for a year because one, the NFL looks at you like you're a total shithead because you totally like just walked up on your team for some money that
you didn't get.
Yeah. And then you went to an inferior team, so he should stay for a year. That's my point. Yeah.
All right. So then, I'm really excited for this 2026 class.
Yeah. Off-ball linebackers. Gonna be awesome.
Quarterbacks, off-ball linebackers.
Safeties,
DBs.
D
linemen.
D linemen, yeah. Solid. Offensive linemen, offensive tackle.
We could be seeing a wide receiver rise with Denzel Boston, Aaron Anderson. Who else?
Elijah Sarrett or Sarrat. I don't know how you say his name. Elijah Sarrett. Who else? I like Malachi Fields. Casey Concepcion. He's like my favorite.
yeah.
He's like my favorite coming out of this draft. I liked him his freshman year. Had a disappointing year last year, but I think like he's one of those guys that he's gonna have like a great year, and then you'll see his stock rise in the draft because I think he's probably the best one, most talented one. Elijah Sarrett. Yeah, there's a ton, man.
Yeah.
Not as much as like last year. I feel like last year's was going to be a better draft than this one, like the 2025 draft that we just came off of. But I think 2027 is when we're going to see like.
I want to see what happens with the Ohio State kid.
Cardinal Tate?
Cardinal Tate,
oh, I forgot about him. Yeah, Cardinal Tate, yeah.
Because he's always been like, he's kind of like Ibuka, where he's always been like that.
But he doesn't have the production Ibuka had.
No, he doesn't.
That's the thing that sucks.
Because like, he's going to be the number one this year, right?
Over Jeremiah? Ain't nobody wants for Jeremiah.
So he's always going to be the 2.
Yeah, Jeremiah's like his.
Watch out for Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson could have a good year with
Nick Anderson. Yeah. Nick Anderson solid.
Zachariah Branch, who's played with Caleb, I think he transferred to Georgia.
I think so. Yeah, he went to UGA. Makai Lemon, I think he's on UC. I think he's at USC with Miller Moss and that whole group over there.
And it's a pretty good running back class, at least top heavy, like with Nick Singleton.
Yeah, Singleton. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of him. I liked how athletic he was, but I think his boy Katron is better than him. And then Makai Hughes out of Tulane. Now he's at Oregon, I think. No, he's not in Oregon. Makai Hughes, where did he transfer to? But he's just as good as like Jeremiah Love to me, and he just transferred to. Let's see, where did he transfer to? He transferred to Oregon. He went to Oregon. That's gonna be a solid team. Oregon looks good, man.
Who's the quarterback?
What is it? Dante Moore? Dante Moore's there, yeah.
The guy he was at Ohio State.
Yeah. No. Oh, Dante Moore was not at Ohio State. I don't think so.
Oh, I'm thinking of Devin Brown. Oh, I'm thinking of Devin Brown.
Yeah, Dante Moore. I think he was already at Oregon. I don't think he transferred.
Yeah. So many transfers, so hard to keep up.
Yeah, nowadays it's like you can't really. Oh no, he was at UCLA and then he transferred to Oregon.
So many people from UCLA.
UCLA to Oregon. Yeah, a lot. It's hard to keep track, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. So wrapping up the show today, we want to do a fun little segment. This is going to be a Mount Rushmore, our first Mount Rushmore. We're a Bears podcast,
right?
Technically. Today we are.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our favorite Bears moments of all time. I'm gonna let Wasé
of all time, or just like for our generation.
Let's talk about our favorite Bears moments of our lives.
Because 85 we weren't alive.
Yeah. So you can kick us off because you have the chalk.
I think number one is unanimous by every Bears fan that was born in the 90s and the late 80s. It is the Devin Hester Super Bowl return for a touchdown. I think that's unanimous by everybody because I don't know how you were that day. I mean, me, when I saw that happen, I had this belief that we'd win that game, and I'll never forget the way that I felt that game or that moment. Forget the game. The game was awful.
I think any Muslim Bears fan can relate to holding off Maghrib for.
Yeah, my God.
And we lived through it, and it was. I think in hindsight, it's funny because during that game, I never thought we were such underdogs.
Yeah.
Going into it because I really believed that we would win that game. The way that our team played all year.
The way that we beat Drew Brees and the Saints.
That is actually my number one. It's the Bernard Berrien touchdown. That play is in my head for my entire life.
This is the problem with this activity because it's going to be the 2006 season.
Maybe. I mean, I have...
Because Monday Night Football.
I have a bunch.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will keep it
Number one is unanimous. So you can go with yours. I'll go with mine.
Yours is different than mine. We're doing two different lists.
You're not doing number one? Oh, okay. Anyways, fine. So
if you take it, I can't take it.
Really? Yeah, okay, so you go for it. Okay, good.
So then that's mine. So Berrien play is my number one.
Solid play.
And then number two is I'll take the Bears are who we thought they were.
You get that? It's a snake trap.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I got the Devin Hester kickoff or the punt return touchdown to win the game against the Cardinals on Monday Night Football. Fourth quarter comeback with it was the Charles Tillman fumble recovery for a touchdown. It was the Mike Brown strip,
and then
Peanut.
I don't know. It was Urlacher. No, who was it? Who's the one who returned that touchdown from the?
Wasn't Tillman?
Did you do both or no? One was.
I thought one was Urlacher and Mike Brown.
Yeah, Urlacher strip one and Mike Brown strip one. Oh, no. Mike Brown is the one that returned one.
Yeah, okay.
And Urlacher strip one, and then I remember that game because Mike Brown tore his ACL in that game.
Yeah.
and the season was
But didn't
done.
play.
And we weren't the same
Super
after
Bowl,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, mine. I'm gonna go this year because we haven't had a lot of great moments in
This year, the worst.
It was the comeback win against the Packers, week 17, week 18, whatever it was.
Dang.
In the Packers in
Okay.
4 years, 18 games, something ridiculous. And for Caleb to go into Lambeau Field, saying like F the draft pick, who cares about, whether we picked 9 or 6 or whatever the hell it was. And then but winning while the Packers were trying was icing on the cake for me because like we had not seen a win against the Packers in such a long time. And it was like the first time I was like, I don't care about the draft because I'm a big draft guy and I love having the lower pick because I'm like, okay, it was a lost season. You want to get the better draft pick, but not this time against the Packers. Last game of the season, that was probably one of my favorite moments because it came down to the wire. It had everything to do with what is everything that you want to see your young quarterback do: drive down the field, get you in position to win the game, and then seeing your kicker kick a field goal to win the game. So yeah, that was great. That was mine.
That is interesting because I feel like that game, while it was nice that we won, and it was nice to have the walk, like the final game had the conclusion that we were actually waiting for all season.
Right.
That last finishing touch, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like the game against the Packers at Soldier was more fulfilling almost. The almost comeback.
I mean, I have Mount
Because that-
Rushmore for almost comebacks. Forget that. I mean, it doesn't count if you didn't win the game. So there's a ton of games. Like I have more route. I have an easier time naming like heartbreakers, like my top 4 heartbreakers, and 3 of them belong to the Packers. So like I don't like, yeah, I don't that many. And then since there's a snake draft, I'm going back to myself. 2018 St. Louis Rams. They're the best offense in football right now. They're humming. I believe that was their Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that was their Super Bowl year. And we dominated them. We gave the blueprint for every team to play those St. Louis Rams in that game. And I was probably it was like the vibes are so good. It's like Sunday Night Football. We get a pick to seal the game.
Yeah, it was Eddie Jackson, right?
I think is that Eddie Jackson and Prince of Mukamara? I don't remember.
Mukamara was the Seattle game.
Seattle game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was the Seattle
Yeah.
game. Yeah, so it was Eddie Jackson cleaning house, and then just the vibes are just so good. Yeah. Like we went in beating the number 1 seed, and we're like, and you felt like, oh my god, this might be the year where we can actually play with anyone.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it ended the worst way possible, the double doink. But that just felt good.
That was your number 3?
Yeah, I don't remember feeling that good in terms of like a football game.
I think for my number 3, I really liked. It's so random. It was a Monday Night Football game in 2012 or 13. Maybe it was 2010. Oh, I think it was because Brett Favre was on the Vikings.
Oh, okay.
Jay Cutler to Devin Aromashodu to win.
That was the last game of the season. Yeah, in overtime. I remember that.
That was fun.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was a lost season. It was 2009, I think.
Yeah.
Right before the 2010 season where we went to the NFC Championship game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
it was a lost season. And like just seeing that win happen, like, because I think the draft pick didn't matter at that time. Not that I felt it that closely, but it was like we just wanted to see a W, and we got that W week 18 or whatever it was. 2009, Jay Cutler, Devin Aromashodu walk-off touchdown. Walk-off story is cool. And my last pick, it'll be if drafting Caleb Williams is one, that would be an all-timer for me. Honestly, the process of getting that number 1 pick, that is the greatest moment in Bears history.
That was crazy.
Love you.
Jay Cutler, or not Jay Cutler, Justin Fields' run against the Dolphins. That run was so electric.
Yeah.
It's one of the best plays.
Yeah, I remember losing that game, but feeling like, oh my god, we have a guy. We have the quarterback.
Yeah. He just made plays. He's literally the epitome. Like in European football, you always have like streets. We'll never forget this player.
Yeah.
Like Mario Balotelli. He scored a goal with his shoulder. Didn't give any Fs. And Justin Fields is that guy. Like he just highlight reel plays, no substance. Pat White at West Virginia is an example of this type of player. Yeah. And
I felt good after that game because I was like, oh my god, we have the guy, and we're gonna be the worst team in the league, and we're gonna have the number 1 pick and trade that and all this draft capital, and that's exactly what happened.
That's what they did, yeah.
I was so excited to see progression the next season. Obviously, we knew he was the guy afterwards, but that being your top,
it was between that and then there was this one Jets game that I always watch in, I believe it's 2010, where Cutler just throws some bombs to Devin Hester
and Giant
Knox.
from that game.
Those were beautiful.
I remember, that game I remember because I had family in town. I don't know why I remember that game.
Oh, and the Devin Hester Broncos game.
That was great too.
The 2 punt return touchdowns.
That was great.
Adrian Peterson on the Bears had this crazy 4-yard run where it's he's in the pile and it's just bodies and bodies and the pile just gets pushed into the end zone.
Yeah.
And then they win in overtime.
There was a game that happened. I'm forgetting when it was. It was against the Eagles. It was a Sunday night football game, and we had this crazy goal line stand on 4th down. If the Eagles make score the touchdown off the run, they win the game, and if we hold, we win the game. And we held, and we beat the Eagles. And that was I forgot what year it was. I think it was 07, 08 maybe. And it was one of the greatest goal line stands I'd ever seen because it was Andy Reid going 4-4 trying to get in the end zone. We stopped him. So that is my top 4. That one is a little underwhelming because not many people remember that game, but I remember that game just because Sunday night football is solid.
It's fun times.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I can literally think of so many more.
The greatest moment in history, though, is the Davis Mills touchdown to Mo Alley Cox. That is the greatest moment. Texans, Colts. Honestly, I was so hyped for that game. I remember watching that game.
Mo Alley Cox was Jordan Akins.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Jordan Akins. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mo Alley Cox was on the Colts. With Jordan Akins, and then just catching the 2-point conversion and Lovie Smith giving the Texans a big FU because they were basically firing him just to fire him. Oh my God, that was probably the greatest moment in franchise history. Build Lovie a statue.
Yeah,
I love Lovie.
That was a great moment.
Yeah.
So many I can think about every other team that I root for, whether it's Man City, the Cubs, Oklahoma. There's so many good memories I have that I can just spit out the top of my head. Now I'm thinking about it. There's really not that many for the
We haven't had a good season in such a long time.
We had off seasons when Justin Fields got drafted. I was hyped. When Caleb got drafted,
I can name a bunch of off seasons.
I can name more off seasons than actual moments.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Oh man.
When Jay Cutler got traded for.
Yes.
Oh, that was lit.
That was April 2nd or April 3rd, 2009.
You can probably name more transactions.
Julius Peppers. Oh my God! Getting Robert Quinn, I remember so excited for that one. Even though
Allen Robinson.
Yes. That 2017 or 2018 off season. 2017 off season.
Oh, the trade that the number 1 pick trade that brought in DJ Moore and the entire
that was
huge.
It's sad.
There's so many. I think about it. There's so many random ones, man. The Khalil Mack trade.
Oh right, Khalil Mack trade. I feel like we have so many of those, man. I can't even It's sad. I mean, nothing ever.
Brandon Marshall.
Yes, I remember. It was 2/3 for Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
Bill Emery, man.
He made it happen.
Yeah, and then we got Jared Allen. We got Lamar Houston that one off season. Shit, man.
The off seasons go hard.
They know how to reel you back in every season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at the point it's so bad that people are like, if this doesn't work out, if Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams don't work out, we're cursed.
Yeah, I mean this one is the last straw for many Bears fans, and I can't blame them.
Yeah, and you can't even blame the franchise at this point.
Yeah,
they've done everything at this point, so
they actually went all in.
Yeah,
this is the first time we've been
seen it and
then
being happy about it.
Their first draft, and it's all right, this sucks.
And honestly, we're at the point where it's we gotta trust Ben Johnson. This is what we wanted.
That's it. So thank you for watching the Bears episode of the Into the Wild podcast. That was fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait for our next week's content.
Can't wait to have Ado back.
And let's see what that Mount Rushmore is going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Wasé, I'm Nadeem. Thank you guys so much for listening. See you next week.